How's it? Gavin Ace here from the old Paracow store. Today we're doing a video on the 40 Buick we're restoring. We've been doing a bit of work around the place. We've started the floors in our 52 Chev, and we've been working away on our 38 Buick. She overheated on one of our runs a little bit. We've ripped all the radiator out. And we're going to clean up in here. It's a pretty tidy motor anyway. We'll clean her all up. We might fill it with molasses again. Give it another clean out. We'll clean the radiator out. And we've got to put a filler cap on it. Solder that on, but it's not too bad a nick, so I think it will clean up all right. We'll give it a paint, stick it back in, and the Buick should be all ready for the next hillbilly run. Man, this is a job cleaning this thing out. A lot of work, but we'll give it a bit of a wire brush up and a bit of a clean up and see what's underneath all this junk. Well, there's not a great deal left of this corner. That might be a bit of an underestimation. There's enough to get a pattern off though. And that's had a remount job done there roughly. No, it's not a remount job. I think it's just been the floor pan cut out and a couple of tack welds to the strengthening in the frame. There's all the holes in the wheel arch. I'm going to have to put a strip in. But there is flaws in it. There's flaws in it. Big hole in the back. A lot of this is a bit too rusty to use. All that black sill back needs to be replaced. Bottom of the window at least. Big job. And the sill's virtually non-existent. That was fiberglassed over. So we're going to replace a strip probably right around and still use our shape in that in the guard. I think it's all right. We'll cut this out probably to here and maybe a bit underneath. Then we can keep our shape. We've kept our templates for here so we can drill our holes in the right place, but we can get that off the guard anyway. We've got the window out, boot off. Some things aren't too bad, but mostly she's pretty rough. We'll start cleaning her up. These channels aren't too bad. Bit of replacement on the other side. This back window though, it was just had it. There's virtually nothing left of it. So we've got enough to make a pattern to make this piece, and then we'll have a go at making that inside bit, I suppose, and one little bit at a time. We'll get there in the end and just try to keep our structural integrity of the rest of it. There's a big hole in the roof here, but that's least of our worries. So you sort of look at these cars and you think, oh yeah, no, it's pretty good, it's all there, tidy, but when you start getting into it, there's this huge amounts of work. You know, and then once you've got it all panelled and filled and painted, then the hard work begins with all the interior chrome work, expensive stuff, upholstery. But anywho, we'll carry on, and always liked a bit of a challenge, and this is certainly one of them. So we're going to start cleaning this back to bare steel to see what's left, and then we shall attack under this guard here and make our inside of our pillar, so we keep the form that we've got, and we've got the door to go off and the chassis mounts and what's already there, and we'll work our way around and down that, get all this internal guard buttoned up, and then we'll attack the other side of this pillar. And here, and there's nothing much left of it, and try to work out our structure where the start of the sill goes. Rip this wooden running board off. Yeah, we won't worry about the sill too much, I think we'll just try to work out where this floor mounting piece goes in conjunction with the door. That opens and shuts nicely. It actually shuts real nicely, so if we can keep this shutting nicely and rebuild our column all in line with our door, then once we get that all nice and strong, then we'll take the door off and clean up the rest of this stuff. Work our way into the floor. I think this whole piece here is going to have to come out. That whole back piece there has had it. I think most of the wheel arches will tidy up, maybe some of that back panel. Yeah. See what she looks like in a month or so. We've like sanded this back, and then we've put on the Pacer rust kill, which is sulfuric acid, and it does not too bad a job. We're still going to get it a bit better, but you put it on and it eats a lot of the rust away, and it sort of puts a coating on it, which I'm pretty happy with. But man, there's some work to do in this. We'll probably have to replace this. Well, we will have to replace that. I'm not sure what we're going to do with here. I don't think we're actually going to have a hole in it, but whether I cut it right out and replace it, or try to work out how to get the rust out of it, and just prime it and fill it. So we've done all this back quarter, we've put this panel in, we've cleaned up a lot of this. I think I'm going to bend a new piece of steel in here, but at the moment it's holding the shape, so we're going to start down here, and this has all had it all around this, full of holes. So I think I'm just going to do it. First off, we'll cut a piece out of here, and I think I'm just going to do a bit the size of my paper that I've got here. So I can tell by my piece of paper here that this is going to end up with a big crease in here. So we want to avoid that. So I'm going to make my patch, because that's pretty good steel back in here. So I'm going to mark this angle, my bottom piece, and where I come up to where the rust is, and that will avoid having to form the steel too much. And the beauty of this clear paper is you can basically see through where your rust is and where you want to mark your patch. So I think I'll just do this size panel to start with, and then we can form that, because it's got curves 3 ways. And then I'll just start bringing a strip around from up here later, and we'll keep all our structure and form. And we've got our door gaps mint as. So we've got something to go for. So there's our template cut out. We're all pretty good steel underneath all that. So now we'll make our steel. Italian bike's leaving. So we've hammered that in to roughly the shape we want. And we have to play around with it a little bit more. I used a fatter gauge steel because I want this to be structurally strong to hold all our shape together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip cut down this edge and straighten it up. And then I'll be able to cut that in how I want it. So rip this out. We'll replace all the back. That's actually the door there. So we'll build this back piece, and then we'll build the side piece, and then we'll build the front, and then we'll build the back, and hopefully that'll fix this whole pillar. Right, we've burnt that in, so now we'll give it a bit of a grind up, see what we've got. Right, we've burnt that in then. It's not, well, you can see where it's been welded, but that's going to be fine for underneath the guard. Yeah. It's pretty thin here. So we're going to cut all that out and put that strip going right around the wheel arch. Fix this little hole here, bit where the seam is, and then that will probably be re-welded on the other side anyway, but that'll be the inner guard pretty much done and dusted. And we'll tackle the rest of the front of this. Building this little non-existent bit's going to be a bit of a trick, but we'll give it a go. And this is the sill, so I've got to work out how many bits of steel that is, and basically how it went. There's not much to go on. Hopefully we can get to some decent steel back here. Right, so we've cut that patch out. Rust treated all in there. Let that heat in and then we'll rinse it out and weld our patch in. Right, we're using some Cruise in the Bays old flyers to cut out our steel template. So you probably want to be on Cruise in the Bays next year. Right, so we take that piece in. Oh, little bump there. Oh, that's where the door thing is. Alright, so now we're going to cut all this bit. I think it's the way to go. We'll just do another strip. A4 size. Then we'll have to make this bend. And then this bit we're going to fold under here. Right, today we're going to fix up this piece, finish this corner. We're going to try and do these bits under here, need all replacing. It's all Swiss cheese though. That'll pretty much button up this arch. And we can move on. Tidied up this corner. I'm going to cut this little patch out. Right, I'm pretty sure I'm replacing the inside, so I'm not going to weld it to this. I'm just going to weld it to here, and we'll sort out the rest later. There we go, we made that. Little sticker in there. And then that's our inner guard pretty much finished, I think. Right, we're going to cut this floor out. Trying to make a new one. Yeah, so that's what we've been up to the last week or so. Working on our 40 Buick. Floor pans on the 52. Trying to get that ready for the beach hop in 10 months or so. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, helps us out, helps the store out. And thanks for watching, take it easy mate.